things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Kick it off to get us underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. To the ground with the back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting. Just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. 4-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in the recruiting class.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Motion from the wide receiver. Johnson wants to throw it. Makes the grab. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He wants to change this route. Gets the back moving. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Looking to take a shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them, and I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. The quick out. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. These two guys just on the same wavelength. They make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Johnson looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And the Trojans come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Grab behind the line. It's Harding. They've got it inside the 40 and the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Best uniforms in the sport, and a play is made befitting of those threats.
Well, this is not the format to have a debate back and forth. Not the best uniform in sports, but definitely always a lot of flash and sizzle with USC offenses.
Wants to throw on first down. Got the quick pass. Touchdown, USC! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting a drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly complete. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down. This guy fits the bill. Big, sturdy Michigan pocket passer.
And it's built on the ground, but I tell you what, when Michigan's had their best teams, they got to have that balance, right? You got to have a guy back there in the pocket that can go through the fake and then make the decision, get the ball out, and get some first downs.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
To the air, it's Underwood. Rushes on him. He throws into the middle of the field. He caught it. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. He's got him. He gets it in. Touchdown, Michigan.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give from the gun. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
These offensive scripts on both sides have been masterpieces as they are going up and down the field in the first. Grabbed behind the line. It's McClain. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Johnson wants to throw it. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic with his feet. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He'll try to do it himself. Crosses the 45. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
The Trojans are moving quickly down the field. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Finds his man. It's Martin.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Johnson looking to throw. Fires to the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. The Trojans getting it done through the air, picking up the first down.
And they always got one of these. A big arm sucker that can sling the ball down the field. You think about USC, that's what I always think about. Quarterbacks, playmakers, Hollywood, Heismans.
And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
Here we go, here we go. Wants to throw it. He'll take a shot. Got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Virginia Tech managed to avoid a bitter defeat by scratching out a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some around Blacksburg had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, five-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often. And you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Got his man. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
The Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Smith. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And the Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
The Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Breaks into the open. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
And the Wolverines kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be a big loss on the play.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. They've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield. It's Haynes. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
The Wolverines are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Makes the catch. It's Simpson. He gets it inside the 25. They'll stop him at the 24. Not enough for the first down, and it's a fourth down decision time coming. It's fourth down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Makes a grab past the marker. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And backed up, first and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. He'll wedge it in there on the quarterback sneak. Scores on the sneak.
And the ground game comes through for this offense just in the nick of time. Clock ticking down in the first half. They punch it in and a chance to tie this football game.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Johnson wants to throw it. Got a man. It's Harding. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Defense is about getting the guy on the ground, holding on for dear life. It's hard, I know, with so much speed on the outside, but you got to get that guy on the ground. When you miss one tackle, next thing you know, all that extra yardage is killing your defense.
Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's McClain. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And how about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
Back to pass. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Snagged in the middle. It's Jordan. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Johnson looking to throw. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And he needed every little bit of strength to somehow sneak that over the crossbar. And now they take the lead.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. They finally make the stop, but that time stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Trojans will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's able to sneak his way across the 20 and steps out at the 21. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start this drive going to the air. Complete downfield. They'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerber or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defense.
There he goes. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete and quarterback make big plays on that. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's got it. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, this offense is given a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity because first and second down was ugly. And they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable fourth down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
And the Wolverines will try to convert on fourth down. Caught in the backfield, it's Simpson. Oh, he's got some space. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. You talk about taking the wind out of a crowd. A fourth down conversion will do that.
Yeah, they were jacked up in here, excited. The fans get loud, rush the passer, and how about the conversion? The big fourth down conversion here in the third quarter to give yourself some life in a tight ball game.
The Wolverines didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Got it behind the line. It's Morgan. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. He's run out of bounds, but they've got it now, 1st and goal.
And I like it, 3rd down and short, and this offense stays aggressive, and now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking for 3 now. Now set up in a 1st and goal, trying to get a touchdown.
Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. UTSA has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. They're trailing by 18 to Navy. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. They think there's room to run to the right here. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
It's a nice gain, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
The Trojans come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. Touchdown, Michigan! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Johnson wants to throw it. Looking down the middle. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
He'll pull it down and run. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Well, they're trying to catch the defense off guard there with the bootleg. I don't think the ball handling was great by the quarterback. One reason why it didn't really fool anybody defensively. Give the defense credit. Good job with their eyes. They don't give up too many yards at all.
Might be changing the route. On third down, he drops the throw. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Snap of this drive comes from their own 41. They'll go to the ground. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Motion from the wideout. Pulls and fires complete. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
He's marked out of bounds at the 44. Good enough for a first down.
They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback and the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big loss.
Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
That's a first down for the offense.
The Wolverines have their offense in high gear. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback will keep it. Plows through the defense. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the move. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
First and goal.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
And the Wolverines will try to put one on the board on first and goal. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
And the offense trying now to put this thing away. They're going to keep running the football to keep deleting the clock. They've got the lead here laid now down by the goal line. Just take as many seconds off the clock as you can before snapping this football and keep running.
On second and goal, he gets another chance. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Johnson looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Here comes the offense on first and 10 from the 47. He might want another play. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Got the first down himself. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expected him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
The Trojans have it with a first and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Still looking. Going for 6. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown Wolverines. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And there's something you don't see often, a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. As a quarterback, you know those windows are really small to throw into. And if you don't throw it on time, it's going to get, at minimum, tipped, maybe picked. That's the worst possible scenario for a quarterback. What a play by the defense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback may change this route. Johnson wants to throw it. Oh, they're after him. Finds his man. It's Jordan. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
And the Trojans in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Jordan. And they reacted well with the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Listen, as the game goes along, you start to figure out what that defense does. And then offense, I think they got a really good clue that that corner route continues to be open. I'd keep hitting it.
Snags it. They will score. Touchdown, Trojans.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Defense gets the timeout call. 20 seconds left on the clock.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Caught in the backfield, it's Hansen. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play.
Timeout, USA.
Have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
For the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.